A new week has arrived, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe, and I hope you guys are awesome. We are tackling yet another Galactic Challenge video with your bald-headed boy Scribble. Let's do this. Today we are on Coruscant against the Old Republic. We've got the modifier Democracy, or Thunderous Applause. This one is what features inside of Rise of the Empire TV, I think on the first planet in Lightside. Essentially, we can't kill the leader until we've used Thunderous Applause 3 times to get 3 stacks of democracy, and then the enemy leader gets this thing called Vote of No Confidence or something like that, and then we win. No confidence, yeah, exactly, and then they die. So it's quite interesting. We've got bonuses for our Sith, which is great because we're going up against Jedi, and, you know, Sith do really well against Jedi in general. Essentially, whenever one of our allies is defeated, we're going to be gaining stacking max health, defense, offense, all this sort of business. Turn meter, lots of health. It's going to be great, and whenever we kill an enemy, we're going to get a stack of Dark Ascension, which means the damage we receive is decreased by 15%, and the damage we deal is increased by 30%. It's actually pretty neat. The enemy modifier is incredibly irritating. It's called Sweeping Strikes, and essentially every single attack that they do is going to do AoE true damage, which is really annoying. Not only that, they can't have tenacity down, and they've got 20% additional tenacity for each living Old Republic ally, which means they've got 100% additional tenacity on top of everything. Oh, and when they resist a debuff, they gain turn meter. Isn't it wonderful? So, what are the feats that we need to get done? Well, the feats today are as follows. We need to win with a full team of Sith, we need to win after scoring 3 critical hits in a row, and we need to complete the battle after gaining stealth 10 times. It's really not so bad. We could probably get this all done in one move, but I'm going to take it down into chunks and break it up into 2 different teams. Let's start off with Sith, shall we? Now, I want to try and make this a little bit accessible. I'm not going to go in with like a Malgus lead, but I'll use Revan and Malak, and we're going to throw in the likes of Basti, I think, and we could throw in Darth Talon, for example. She's got stealth as well, and we'll throw in Sith Empire Trooper. Now, I don't think that this is an ideal setup by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, we could probably remove Sith Empire Trooper and throw in someone like Traya to make our lives a little bit easier, I think. Alright, quick sip of coffee. Traya has got a really high targeting priority from Jedi Knight Revan, so he will almost always use direct focus on her when it's available. Now, we want to start by landing a bunch of debuffs, okay, so that we can build up these stacks of democracy. So, fear out the gate is always going to be good, and then we'll use the event special ability. You'll see that over there, over on Revan, he's got no confidence, absolutely none. You want to save this first special, Torture, from Malak, because you want to be able to use it to cleanse off any buffs that Zalbar has. So I'm just staying, I'm not letting the enemies that are tortured currently get a turn. Tortured, I mean feared, apologies. Feared. Now I'm going to target over Zalbar, I want to see if we can land a buff immunity. Oh, we did get a shock though. A shock is nice. And we'll use the event special ability. Again, I don't want to be using Malak's special until we've gotten rid of until he starts to taunt. Apologies. Until he starts to taunt. Alright, so I'm going to isolate on Zalbar now. It probably won't last very long, and I'll reset the cooldowns on Darth Revan so that we've got more fear available to us. Just staying over here on Zalbar. There we go. This will actually defeat Revan now. And I'm targeting Jolee because I want to try and increase Jolie's cooldowns. So we're going after Jolee so he can't go for the revive on Jedi Knight Revan. Let's keep that fear going. And yep, you'll see we'll all mass assist now that we've got that Thunderous Applause buff. I'm okay to eat 1 counterattack over here. Got Malak taunting, lovely. I think I'll just suck off Mission Vow. And you see that trusty Zalbar over there can't actually do anything, which is great, because he is isolated. So, super. It feels to me like we've already got this in the bag. So we could probably try and drag this out right now to try and get additional stealths from Talon. I believe it's when she does this first special. Yeah, she gains stealth here, so you'd have to use that 10 times, essentially, which is kind of unreasonable, I want to say. Kind of an unreasonable amount. We could keep isolating Zalbar and decreasing the cooldowns on Talon, of course, to try and skip through. I mean, it seems to be working quite well at the moment. Yep, I'll just go ahead and do that. We could theoretically life drain her there, but if we try to absorb some of this damage, I'm going to not use that first special over there, because that first special would likely would likely kill Basti. Okay, here we go. Get another one there. So I think that's the 4th time we've used it. So that's 4 so far. It's not looking too good right now, is it, for us to try and get 10 in this particular one? And it's okay, don't worry. There's nothing to really worry about. Nothing to really worry about because we've got other means of getting that stealth feat done. Yeah, I think it's unreasonable to try and expect this to get 10, but either way, it's a pretty straightforward way of getting it done. You want to get that isolate off on Zalbar, keep the enemy team feared, bring up those 3 stacks of democracy really, really quickly, and then just go to town on Jolee. Make sure he can't revive that Revan. Alrighty, so for stealth, I'm just going to take in a full Bad Batch team. And this is by no means a guaranteed. I just thought I'd give it a try. They've done a direct focus over on Hunter here, which means, you know, they've increased his cooldown. They can't kill him until they've used the event special ability 3 times, so I'm not massively concerned just yet. Get those stuns out on those 2 ads. We'll use the event special ability there. I'll use the form up to gain some turn meter. And yeah, we'll just throw some knives at Jedi Knight Revan. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and continue to do so, in fact. They've used their event special ability once, by the looks of things. Let's go up and... yeah, sure, absolutely. Let's heal. Wonderful. Alrighty, let's see about getting this AoE off here. More stuns, which is nice. And then event special ability. Now, we just need 1 more use, and we'll get rid of Jedi Knight Revan. I love that he keeps direct focusing on Hunter, by the way. That's absolutely fab. Let's absolutely daze the whole team. We don't want them gaining turn meter. Can we actually ignore? No, we can't. Alright, let's clap hands. Clap hands with our good boy, Wrecker. Roll out the balls. Beautiful. Okay. So we've got the event special ability coming up. Boom. Revan dies. Again, what we need to do, we need to focus down on Jolee as soon as I have that option available to me. And we should be able to do some pretty good true damage here across the board. So it won't impact us too badly. Let's gain a little bit more turn meter. Get rid of Zalbar in a second. There we go. Zalbar's gone. And yeah, like I said, the great thing about this is there's so much stealth, there's so much recovery in this team as well, that you'll easily get 10 stealths. Easily get 10 stealths. Looks like people are a-dying. And that's it, really, guys. That's it. So, Bad Batch is a pretty good team to use, but if you don't have Bad Batch or you can't get it to work with Bad Batch, there are other options. Another way to be getting the stealth, then, is we'll use a Darth Maul leadership. I'm just going to throw in C over here and a bunch of Sith that are relatively tanky. Okay, so Darth Maul's leadership, if it's got a... if it has the Zeta on it, he will pass stealth to every ally that either evades or gets critically hit. So you're going with full Sith, and generally speaking, you'll easily get those stealth. Now, even though Malak is taunting right now, Malak's only going to taunt if he gets crit in this instance, or if he gets a dot and all that sort of business, which means if he's taunting, he's gained stealth. And we also started with a couple of stealths on the board. So I'm using C here just because why not get a little bit more survivability into the game? If you don't have C, you could probably still do this with Darth Revan. Instead, it'll probably be a little bit trickier. And we're just going to go to town. We're just going to go to town. Eventually, C will actually taunt. It might take a couple of years to get done, but it will happen. Will not taunt, sorry. Will hit ultimate. So we're just going to pass things around. You just want to work up those 3 stacks of democracy, just like we were doing on a standard run. Every time he's doing these AoEs and stuff like that, we are going to quite successfully stealth, which is great. And I love that they're going after Darth Maul, because they can't actually kill him. They need to use the event special ability 3 times in order to actually kill him. Yep, let's go ahead and get rid of that retribution. I might as well pass around this wonderful linky business over here. I'm going to keep Jolee linked, because if we do eventually hit ultimate, I would like to be able to insta-kill him. Alrighty, here we go. Another event special ability. Revan is gone. He will come back, most likely, and that's okay. Because we do have C here, and C is going to make life difficult for them. Alrighty, let's just keep on healing up. Yep, big hits. Come on, get rid of that Zalbar. Get rid of that Zalbar. It's all the healing that they have that makes it awkward. Yep, there's... Jedi Knight Revan has returned, unfortunately. No, I want to keep the links where they are right now. Keep the links where they are. Absolutely use a life drain. Keep our good boy Malik in the game. We're gaining additional stats, don't forget, whenever our Sith allies die. There we go, no more Zalbar. I will likely relink now. So I'll link Revan, and I'll link Jolee, because again, we don't want Jolee reviving anybody. And we should probably actually hit our ult relatively soon here. There we go. We've got ult. We're still gaining stealth. It's just a bit of a long burn. You could drop C for Lord Vader if you have Lord Vader instead. More or less anybody will do. I'm surprised that Revan didn't die there. But that's okay. He's gone now. I guess I'll link these two, even though I think it looks like Mission Vow is going to bite the dust immediately, so it was probably a little bit of a waste. And just hit auto, I guess. Go in full auto. Yeah, so you could drop C for Darth Revan, you could drop C for Lord Vader, and I'm sure both would actually work perfectly acceptably. If you don't happen to have the Darth Maul leadership, you could actually swap in for Teebo. If you happen to get that Ewok pack, not so long ago, the Ewok Lightspeed bundle, Teebo's leadership does a very similar thing. It's not quite as effective as Maul's, but over here you see all allies have a 55% chance to gain stealth for 1 turn at the beginning of their turns, and 25% chance to gain 25% turn meter at the end of their turns. So that's exactly the same thing, but it goes based on your own turns. Should be relatively straightforward, just going with a very, very powerful team outside of the Teebo lead. Okay? Absolutely fabulous. That's going to about do it for today's episode of Galactically Challenged with your bald-headed boy Scribble. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Huge shout out to my wonderful, wonderful patrons. You guys are awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.